All right, guys, we are live, episode 65 of the Shooter's Mindset. Thanks for joining us as usual. A little couple minutes late, but we had some last-minute sharing galore going on. Steve is my co-host today. Steve the Tank Durant. What's going on, Steve?
Not much, man. Excited for this show. Armalite rifles, Tommy Thacker. Armalite. What more can you ask for?
There you go. Kelly Samsel's in the house. What's going on, Kelly?
Good, now that everybody can hear me. I thought it was just going to be me and Tommy talking here a minute ago, and then you couldn't, hear all the awesome stuff he was going to hook me up with.
There you go. Yeah, we got a crazy last-minute giveaway at it. Probably about an hour before the show. I didn't have much, but it definitely jumped up. So the giveaway is going to be awesome, but we have our guest today. He's president of Armalite. He's also the 2012 Three Gun Nation champion. And he's also the team captain of Team Armalite, and that's Tommy Thacker. What's going on, Tommy?
Not a whole lot, man. Thanks for having me on tonight. This is, I think, going to be a great show for everybody.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a great show. We got a lot of stuff to action here. Show sponsors want to get this stuff out, and for those of you guys who are new to the show, watching for the first time, there's a little Q&A, little app on the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. If you go ahead and click that, it's going to open up an extra window, and you can ask questions to any of us here on the panel. I'll try to get to them. Also, you can head over to Shooter's Mindset Facebook page. We have a post going up live right now where you can ask questions there if the Q&A section isn't working. Show sponsors, we got Armalite.com. We have Fort Mill Munitions, and we have Blade Tech Industries. Those are the show sponsors. Those are great supporters of the show. Awesome people, awesome folks, awesome companies. All right, so let's kick this one off here. For those who are unfamiliar with you, Tommy, with you as a shooter or the company of Armalite, can you just share a little bit more information on both of those?
Well, let's start with Armalite. I think that's the bigger picture here. Armalite is 60 years old. Most people don't associate Armalite the way they should with the industry. You think of the AR-15, AR-10. People come up with all kinds of different nomenclature of what the AR stands for, but basically it goes back to Armalite. Armalite rifle, that's what AR stands for. And the originator of the AR-10, the 7.62 rifle, and it was scaled down to make the M16, and those rights were originally sold off to Colt, and Colt developed the M15 or AR-15 into the commercial market. So a lot of heritage right here at Armalite. This is what started the entire industry back 60 years ago. The modern sporting rifles we know it today, it all comes from Armalite. So I'm proud to be in the spot I'm at. We've got a lot of new stuff coming for next year, and we'll talk about some of that stuff tonight. So a lot of good things to cover tonight from that aspect. And then for me as a shooter, been a competitive shooter since '04, so about 10 years now. I've been shooting since I was about 5, so it took a while to take that jump into the professional side of things, but when I did, it was when I was ready. Took a few years off here and there. Been in the industry for about 25 years now, so I'm pretty much married to this industry. It's what I know, it's what I love, it's what I do, it's what I'm passionate about. And from expert user to the business side of it, yeah, I'm fully engulfed in this industry and don't see that changing for quite a while.
Yeah, I mean it's awesome to see a president of a company that is a competitive shooter, knows how to play the game really well. Obviously, you were the Three Gun Nation champion. That's not something easy to accomplish, by no means. And so you know kind of what people are looking for. You know what people want in a particular rifle, whether it's competition rifle or just a standard AR-15 rifle. So you know it. You've been around it for a ton of, you can't say that about every president of a company, so it's pretty awesome in itself.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a little bit different. The Strategic Army Corps is the group that owns Armalite. They come out looking for someone to run the business and turn it around, and they took a strategic approach actually to bring someone in from the shooting side of things, and that's where the industry's going, and just take a fresh look at the product and what can we do to reinvigorate Armalite, and that's why I'm here.
Awesome stuff. Steve, what do you have? I know questions are going up live. Also, don't forget if that's not working, if you can't get the Facebook or the Q&A to be working, you can also post a comment below this video, and we could probably get that question out to you. Get it out to Tommy as fast as we can here. Steve, what do you have, man? What's going on your end? I know you got a match coming up this weekend. A couple things going on over there.
Yeah, man, I got Citrus Challenge coming up this weekend as well. You'll be shooting that match. So I guess it's going to be the shooter's mindset versus the shooter's mindset. Thank goodness we're in different divisions, but looking really forward to that. Citrus Challenge is going to be huge for Central Florida, like it always is every year. Sells out within the first couple of weeks, so that should be awesome. I'm just stoked to have Tommy on the show, man. I mean, Armalite that's the originator, you know. So to be where we're at right now, and with the amazing guest lists that we've had in the past, I think we're pretty darn blessed.
Yeah, I could agree there. I know, Kelly, you don't got a match this weekend. I know you're doing a lot of trick or treating family things, but anything else you got going on?
No, I do. I do have a match on Saturday. That's why I'm anxiously awaiting my pistol coming back from Terran on Friday. Hopefully, UPS shows up with it like before it gets dark, so I can shoot it before I have to shoot it like 8 o'clock on Saturday morning. Otherwise, I'm just gonna show up totally new, you know, never pulled the trigger except for some dry fire and see how it works. I'm sure it'll be amazing, but it might do me a little good to, you know, at least shoot it for real a few times.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's probably a good idea. It's an awesome pistol. I have one. But, yeah, you're going to have some new modifications on there. You're going to want to pull the trigger on it, no doubt.
Right.
All right, so the giveaway here. We have a great giveaway on the show today, as we usually do. Every week, that is. We got an Armalite swag pack going out to a lucky winner. We got some Safariland 50% off discount codes. We got like a handful of those. So that's, you know, that's gonna be added in there. We also got 100 rounds of 9mm 147 grain. That's from FortMillMunitions.com. And then we have an Armalite rifle. What model rifle are we talking about here, Tommy?
So the rifle we're talking about is our new DSR line. Product number is DEF15. This is the defensive sporting rifle that we just launched a few months ago, and it's really doing well for us. We kept all of the high-quality features that Armalite is known for, and we brought it into a nice package that's available, a little bit more affordable for an Armalite than has been in the past. It's a 16-inch barrel. It's a 1-in-7 chromoly barrel, adjustable stock, all the standard features that you come to expect on a little carbine rifle, flat top, so you can put sights on there later. But yeah, we'd be happy to get this out to one lucky fan watching the show tonight.
Yeah, and that's awesome in itself. Obviously, there's going to be some rules that come along with that. Make sure you're in the the U.S. of A. and your state allows all that stuff. So we'll clear that up a little bit after this show, and we'll fix that. Make sure we put those in the giveaway descriptions.
Helps if you're over 8, if you're of age as well too.
Yeah, that'll help. So this is kind of thrown in there by surprise. So we're kind of really on the fly on this, but I'm sure you guys will appreciate it, and we sure appreciate it, man. That's awesome. The giveaway link, so you guys can get into this giveaway here, will be posted in the comment section right below this video. Also, you can find a link to enter the giveaway on the Shooter's Mindset Facebook page. Steve will I think Steve's going to go ahead and post those around. So make sure you get into this giveaway because it's going to end tonight at midnight. That's the way we usually do it. That's the way I guess we'll do it today. Also, the giveaway, make sure you check out, you can get a bunch of bonus entries, so make sure you like Armalite as a company. They have their company Facebook page. They have the Team Armalite Facebook page, so go check them out. Those are all, by liking that, you all get bonus entries into this giveaway. So make sure you check those out. You will probably want as much entries as you can. Make up another account and like it or something, do that. Sure.
So you're encouraging cheating.
That's what I would do if I was trying to enter this right now.
We're all competitive shooters. I don't know if that's cheating. That's probably gaming. It's more.
That's more appropriate.
That's right. Excuse me. The word is gaming.
There you go. Let me see if I have any Q&A. I don't know. I haven't even opened it yet, but okay.
I have a few coming in from your fellow shooters, but we'll get the real meat done first, and then we'll ask the silly stuff.
Okay. I'm sure there's some silly stuff out there.
Okay. All right, we got one coming in from Danny Flo. When I win the rifle, can Tess bring it to me in Atlanta?
In Atlanta, yeah, that's we can figure something out. That's
probably a little bit convenient. You
Yeah.
know? No shipping, FFL, nothing. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean that's this company deal. I mean that's pretty easy.
Do an FFL background check on the spot at the match.
Yeah.
Right.
What's going on? Fantastic giveaway from Dr. Z-Man. Appreciate that. I don't know if you want to slide one of those shooter questions in, Kelly. We'll take one now, and then we can kind of.
Well, I don't know whether he wanted me to say who it was from first or after. So one of your fellow Three Gun Nation shoot-off competitors wanted to know how your shoot-off went and if you can disclose any of your training secrets. And that would be from Rick Berthel. So
Rick. Rick, thanks for the question, man. But you're probably not going to like most of the answer. But let's hit the nail on the head. The shoot-off went pretty well for me. I mean, really, it was a win-win all the way around for Armalite. Rick was the first competitor. Rick was a fierce competitor, and I knew that I couldn't take it easy in that first round because Rick is a strong up-and-coming shooter, and he's been training hard, and I could see the results. So there was no way I could take him for granted. So I gave it all I had in that first round. Turned out pretty good for me. Won 2 rounds, moved on, and then in the second round, head-to-head with Greg Jordan, my teammate, who is the machine. There's no doubt about it. I think he's probably one of the top shooters in the world right now, and it wasn't a gimme for him. I tried to run him down in the first run and got pretty close to taking one bout, but on the second one he knew I wasn't going to just let him skate by me, so he turned it up and he knocked me out of the competition. So he did what he's supposed to. It's at that point it's not a friendly battle. It's not a teammate battle. It's there, every man for himself trying to win, and he did what he had to do to move on to the next round. So my shoot-off run was done there, and Greg went on to finish third. So for me, it was a win all the way around. It was great to see Greg move on and do what he's supposed to be doing out there. Now for the part that Rick's not going to like, my training is very, very limited. Taking over this new role at the company has really been detrimental to my practice. I honestly have about 10 hours of practice time on the range this year, total. And most of it come one day back in, say, May or June before the number 3 event of Three Gun Nation. I got to spend almost a full day on the range. It was more like 3 or 4 hours. And then other than that, it's been a half hour here or there. And most of my practice has come at 50 yards in our indoor range here testing. So I haven't had much time to run in around and do much. So to say I really practiced hard like I have in the past, that's not the truth at all. So I relied on my skill set and mental prep more than anything going into the shoot-off this year.
Yeah, I mean, I was fortunate enough to watch the shoot-off last year during the SHOT Show deal, and we saw Greg win that one versus the awesome Taryn Butler. Results were a little bit different, but I mean, he couldn't give you, man, he couldn't give you a little edge there, man. Like just miss a plate on purpose, just give you, hey Tommy, I missed this plate, I still got you.
Yeah, he was in the first run. It was pretty funny. I don't say he took me for granted, but he wasn't as focused as he should have been. So Greg, he had a few misses on the pistol, and then I got into the rifle section a little bit behind. But I caught him coming across the rifle. We got the shotgun pretty even, and I tried to run him down, and it was a close call. So he told me afterwards, after that run, he knew that I wasn't playing around and I wasn't going to lay back on him. So he had to turn it up.
Yeah.
But for Rick in the first round, man, I've seen more people lose in the first round because they underestimate their opponent. And I knew going in, Rick was pacing the course, and he was getting prepped, and I know he's put the training time in, and he was ready to go. So I put everything I had into that run to make sure that Rick wasn't going to steamroll me without some effort.
Yeah. I mean, I no one can take you lightly. Obviously, you've been there before. You won this stuff. So, I mean, regardless of the practice or not, if I knew you did only 10 hours of practice, I would still take this real serious. You know what I mean? Because you obviously have the skill to win. So, Steve, you had a bunch of live questions coming in. You want to hit a couple?
Yeah, definitely. Um, First one came in from Ralph Elmore Jr., and he was curious about your favorite drills that you like to run. I know you said you haven't been able to practice a whole lot this year, but when you do get that opportunity, what types of drills do you like to run? Not only on the range, but just dry fire.
Yeah, that's definitely a good question coming in from Ralph. Steve, honestly, the number one drill, if I had one drill to go back to that I look back in my career that I like the most, it's actually a pistol drill. I like to draw, shoot two, reload, and shoot two. I think that covers the most you can in one short drill. You fire 4 rounds, but you have a draw, you have a reload, you have a target acquisition twice, and you're actually firing 2 rounds each time. That was probably the number one drill that I focused on all the time. So as a shooting drill, that was it. Going back to other things that I used to do was a lot of dry fire. Everybody practiced through, the reload. That's a big thing. The static draw is a big thing, but a ton of people forget about movement, and not many people like to dry fire movement, but that's where you gain the most time. Putting the gun up and walking from target to target to see how flat you can keep the gun, whether it's pistol, rifle, or shotgun. That's going to give you the best visual impact of what you're doing without shooting. A lot of people want to try and shoot on the move and actually shoot without seeing how much they move around before they're shooting.
Right.
So dry fire and move with the gun, and your gun's bouncing all over the place to begin with, you're not going to be able to shoot well while moving. So you first got to figure out how to level that gun, and then you can bring shooting into the aspect. So those are some of the things that I would say are probably the most important for me. When I do get a little bit of time, it's plate rack practice, because a plate rack keeps you honest. When you get to where you can go one for one on a plate rack, whether it's a pistol or with a rifle. When it comes to rifle practice, most of the stuff we do on the Pro Tour is offhand now. So a rifle plate rack at 75 yards offhand, when you get where you can clear that thing consistently, you're where you need to be, and you never need to shoot faster than you can hit each plate with 1 round. And you just learn to go faster from there. So those are probably some of the key drills that I would say, if I had time to focus a lot, those would be what I focus on.
Very cool, very cool. A second part to his question was just your thoughts on live fire drills versus shooting more matches. I mean, what would you consider a more valuable training tool, to live fire drill or to just shoot the club match, weekly?
That's another one that goes back. It depends on where you're at in your level and ability. If you're a new shooter, I would say you spend more time dry fire practice, and then work into a little bit of live fire with those drills, so that when you go to the match, it's all fundamentals. You don't have to think about the draw. You don't have to think about the reload. You're just going to execute. When you go to a match, one of the things I like to do with shooters coming up through the ranks is force them to do 2 things. So if you're at a local pistol match, it's consider it practice. It's gonna, how do you get better? You get better by pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone. If you're a really accurate shooter, you're not going fast enough. So shoot one match for raw speed. How fast can you get the stage done? So what if you have a couple misses? It's a local match. You're practicing, but you'll know exactly where you can push the boundaries. If you never go fast or try to go fast, you don't know how fast you can go. And then you come back the next match and shoot it for accuracy. And if you keep seesawing that and go match accuracy, match speed, match accuracy, match speed, throughout the year, those 2 are going to kind of settle in, and you're going to have one, and you're going to know exactly how fast you can go and how accurate you can do it. So when you have targets that are tight and you really need to slow down and make sure that you're accurate, that's the ones you hammer. And then the ones that are wide open, you can go fast. When you get there, you know how fast you can go. So it's that's probably the biggest thing I would put on new shooters, or even shooters at a higher level. If you don't go wide open at some point, how do you know how fast you can go?
Makes perfect sense.
That's for me, because I can take you out on the range. I can teach you how to shoot accurate. I can go through all the fundamentals. I can talk about trigger prep and trigger control and trapping the trigger and all those little things, but I can't teach you how to move faster. I can't teach you how to get on target faster. So those things you just have to know. You got to know how fast you can move between targets and target acquisition. So those things you have to really push in a match. And if you go to every local match and you're trying to win, you're going with the wrong attitude. If you go out there and try to beat yourself, you're eventually going to win the match.
Fantastic. Good information. I had one more I wanted to run through real quick. This came from Ansel. He is one of our Schwell. He's one of our co-hosts. He's wasn't able to get on with us tonight, but he did post up a question. Is there a sense of pride at Armalite when looking at the impact that the AR-15 has had on the market, or the AR-10, and just the ARs in general, being that Armalite kind of introduced that to the market?
Yeah, there is a overwhelming sense of pride at Armalite. It's sometimes I think we forget on where our heritage is, or where we come from, and I think me coming in, bringing new blood into the company early this year, and reminding everybody of what we have inside these walls has done a lot to bring back that heritage and help people understand, what it is. The pride that I bring here and be in this position to run such a prominent company in the industry, I think has been a big deal for everybody. The employees and the staff all the way through, they have a better understanding of who we are. I know I'm the new guy, but bringing that in and really reminding them, guys, this is where it all started. This is something to be proud of. We just celebrated our 60th birthday earlier this month, so it was a big deal. We had a birthday party and everybody celebrated 60 years of Armalite, and it was a reminder. And at that point, we launched some of the new products out. Not everybody across the company has seen the new products we've been working on for the last 8-9 months. So,
right,
kind of the launch party internal to let them know, hey guys, all this stuff that we've been running around hustle bustle, this is what we've been working on. And it was a good day at Armalite, to say the least.
Yeah, awesome stuff. And that advice on the local match, going at a really fast speed and then accuracy, and then kind of meeting somewhere in the middle. Constantly have this conversation with Steve on, almost on a daily basis. Like, dude, I think I'm going too fast, and then I'm inaccurate, and then I slow it down a notch, and I'm getting all the, I'm really accurate, and then I'm getting beat by the dudes that are really fast. So it's kind of like, it's kind of fine. How can you find that perfect kind of like in between it all? And, yeah.
It's
like cadence.
That is a tough question. Knowing what's it gonna take on the stage, what's it gonna take on that, and those are the things that come with time. You come up to a stage, if you're just talking about a pistol stage and it's Comstock scoring, you come in and you look how many targets is it, how long it's going to take me to shoot it, where are the tight spots, it's going to slow me down, is it going to be a second for that target, is it going to be a half a second, and typically you'll get to a point when you start shooting fast like that and then start shooting accurate, you'll get to a point where you can look at a stage in the first 1 minute and say, this is a 10 hit factor stage, this is a 15 hit factor stage, or it's a 5 hit factor stage, meaning, man, I've got to take my time to get every single hit because I need the points. And once you've been able to identify that, then you know whether you need to take your time and make it an accuracy stage, or, man, this is a 12 hit factor stage, I've got to burn this thing down. And you know when to turn it on and turn it off. And it takes quite a while to get to that point, but when you get there, it's a good feeling because you can walk in and look at this thing and say, hey, this is going to be a 10-second stage. And I remember when I first got to that point, I used to say, yeah, this is going to be somebody's going to shoot this in about 8.5, but a clean run's going to be 9.5, maybe 10. And they're like, man, how do you know that? So you just kind of look, And if you practice small segments of a stage, when you actually get practice, not everybody can set up a stage and shoot practice stages. So set up 2 or 3 targets and set up little arrays so that when you get to a match, you've seen it all before. You just break it down into those segments if you practiced. So if you've got a target here or 2 targets there, or a target and a reload to another target, or a transition between something, you've seen it all before. You just got a picture in your mind, at what point did I see this segment? Because, I don't know, after 8-10 years in the business and in the game, I don't think you can really go anywhere and see a different target array that you haven't seen somewhere. You might see a different prop, you might see something crazy, but you're probably going to see the same target arrays everywhere. They're masked a little bit differently. It might be a swinger or a drop turner or something like that, but you know your skill set going in, and you know when to really turn up the gas and step on the pedal. At least that's what I do.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I know I've been competing since 2011, and sometimes I'll beat myself up a little bit after a stage thinking, I should have shot that a little faster, or I went a little too slow. But you talk about competing for 8-10 years. It takes some time to figure out and know exactly at what distance you can shoot a stage, or shoot a particular target, I should say, and be where you need to be accurate yet also be fast.
Yeah, and that's something that a lot of people don't understand. I mean, at the pro level, you see the guys shooting, and they look really smooth because you're not. It's more of an effortless movement. The difference is that when we do practice, we practice for a purpose. So we know exactly what we have to accomplish, so that when we go to the range and we see a stage, and right now in the Pro Series we shoot the little plates. They're 4" by 11 or 4" by 10, so they're really narrow, really tall. And a lot of people prefer to shoot those with shotgun because it's a narrow target to shoot with a pistol. Well, if you set those up, you can actually see what you can do with the pistol. How far away can you shoot them static? How far away can you shoot them moving? And when you shoot an array of 8 or 10 of those on the move with a pistol at 15 yards, people really take notice, like, holy cow. But you just have to know where your comfort zone is and what you have to do. It's a smaller target, but if you aim small, you miss small.
There you go. Well said stuff. Kelly, you got anything to add to that? I mean, I know that's helpful for all three of us. No matter what game you play, that advice is across the board.
No, for sure. But he said those two dreaded words that I hate to hear: dry fire. I just can't get into it. I need that visual, plate down or something on the paper. But I'm gonna try. Winter's coming up, so I need something to do whenever I can't get out.
You have to do something. That's right.
3 feet of snow.
Yeah. Yeah.
But do you have a rifle there? Do you have one of your new 3-gun rifles that you're shooting there?
Yeah, actually,
Show us.
probably the hottest gun in 3-gun right now. This is the new 3GN 13. So what we've done is taken everything that I would put in a light, fast rifle, and we put it in this rifle as a standard gun. It's not a custom gun. Our custom shop doesn't build it. My guys on the production floor build the rifles that we shoot on the Pro Tour. I can go down, open a box, take this rifle out, tune it up, and I'll tell you why I say tune it up, and then I'll take it to a match. So I shoot guns that come off of the production floor. This gun, for instance, we partnered with Randy Luth on the NBA 1. He's OEM in this stock for us, so now this is Armalite stock. So we've got an adjustable cheek piece, adjustable length of pull. We're using the fat ergo grip because I've got a big hand, and that's the grip I like. So I had a little bit of input there. Ambi charging handle, Ambi safety, partner with Magpul, using Magpul mag stock. On the front of the gun, we have a light contour taper that we came up with the engineering department. We have our own adjustable gas block. We've got the new lightweight handguard that's made right here in Armalite. And we have our new adjustable comp. So all of those features topped off with a Timney trigger, bone stock from the factory. This gun retails for $1,600. So the gun that we shoot on the Pro Tour, this is it. This is the small lightweight gun. We also do it an 18-inch version, but this one's 13.5-inch with the pin comp, so it makes it legal, 16.25 overall length. This is probably going to be the hottest gun 3-gun has ever seen. It weighs in at like 6.1 pounds. It's great for the ladies. It's awesome for the guys. You can drive this thing super fast, and everybody seems to love it. So that being said, when I said tune it, I'll try and get this comp as close as I can and try and keep it in focus. So you're looking at the top of the comp and both sides. You see that I've got some set screws in the sides, and these are ports. So you can take this comp, and everybody knows as a right-hand shooter, recoil drives off and your gun goes high and right. With this comp, you drill out the right-hand port, you drill out the top port, and you keep drilling those out to let more gas come out so you tune your rifle to stay on target. So if you're a left-hand shooter, you can drill out the left port. And if you're like most guys, you drill a little bit too much and you over-drill it and the gun starts going left, you take that screw out, throw it away, put a new screw in, and do it all over again until you get it right. This comp has allowed us to basically make a production gun that everybody can tune to their own ammo, to their own personal settings, and take this stock gun and compete at the highest level. So whether you're a beginning 3-gunner, you're a farmer, just wants a quick, fast gun to throw in the truck, or you're an experienced 3-gunner, this little gun will do everything. And that's probably the Cadillac of the line for me. I like this little lightweight gun. It's super fast. It comes up on target. It's easy to control, and some people have had a chance to shoot the short gun. Some people have a chance to shoot the 18-inch gun, and everybody loves it right now. So we're pretty excited about what the product team has put together, and happy to put Armalite's name on some new product that I think everybody's going to want.
Yeah, put it out the box, slap an optic on it, and you're good. You're good to go pro. You know, there you go.
That's it.
And those are available across the board now, right? In gun shops, it's fully out.
Yeah, so we're starting to ship really soon. The distributors are picking it up, and they'll cycle through. So the whole distribution chain has to get engaged. But they're coming off production. We do the same gun at the first of the year. We'll be doing the same gun in a 7.62. So you can get a big heavy gun, 7.62, 13.5 inch. So you'll have some guys tearing up the heavy gun world with a lightweight Armalite. You got the gold gun, right?
Well, let's get a little bit more into the company here. I mean, Armalite's been around since 1954, so a very long time. And what's it like to be a president of a company that's so well established for so long, like Armalite?
You know, it's an honor to sit here at this desk and say that this is my company to run. I enjoy coming to work every day, and I'm still at work. It's hard to leave. It's an exciting job. I've got a great staff that makes it exciting. They understand the vision of where we want to go and how we want to turn this company around. The company's got a great brand behind it, but for the past 15, 20 years, they kind of got stuck with some older product. Other companies came along and started making some new stuff and making what the market wanted. Smaller, lightweight tactical guns, not really just national match type guns. And Armalite didn't respond. And I felt that it was my obligation to the industry to give back and to create some new products with the product team to reinvigorate what Armalite was. That we're the people's rifle. We're America's rifle. We want to make sure that we cover across the board what our customers want. And that was one of the things that I promised the product team and the engineers here, is that I'm never going to come in here and make a rifle that Tommy wants, just a gun that fits my needs and that's it. We take a different approach to what we're doing in the product. We've got a 12-step development program that from the ground up all the way through that we take a look at it from every angle of the industry, from the everyday guy, the competitive shooter, the combat veteran, the internet gamers, you name it, and we take input and throw it in the hat and say, all right, how do we make this product what it needs to be? And to do that, we really end up with a product that the industry wants, that the consumer wants, that we want as Armalite. And I don't think everybody can say that across the board. We build products that we want to use. We build products that we're proud of, and I can't wait to see the reception of our new products when everybody starts getting their hands on them. We're pretty excited about it right now.
Absolutely good stuff. We had some question here from Donnie Flo. What are the benefits and features of the new 3-gun line? So obviously you talked about that, but does the new line offer a 308 version for those guys, maybe heavy metal?
Yeah, we've got across the board. I'll have the 3-gun 7.62 model here in about 10 seconds, and we can show that. And I mean, side by side at 5-10 feet, they look basically the same. So this is the little guy in 5.56. This is the little guy. It's Big Brother. As you can see, it's just a little bit bigger, a little bit bolder, and it's same features. We're basically same stock configuration, same grip. Comes stock with a Magpul 25-round mag instead of a 20-round mag. Ambi-charging handle, new hand guards cut down, and the same comp that we talked about. You have the adjustable gas block stock, and we have the same comp, so you're able to tune the ports on this guy and make it do exactly what you want to do. So we cover every aspect. So not only did we do it in the little light gun, but we did something for the heavy guys. I think a lot of companies have neglected heavy, and that's back to our heritage. The AR-10 was where it all started, so we couldn't neglect the big guy. And every new gun we made, whether we designed it in 7.62 or 5.56, we made the big brother, the little brother to go along.
Excellent stuff. I mean, speaking of big calibers, and we have some questions coming in. What's sitting in the corner prepping up? So obviously they're probably talking about that.
This big rifle here. Yeah. So this is our AR-50. I don't know how far away I got to get this all in the frame, but this is this is the big guy. This is our 50 cal single shot bolt action. That and this gun is a sleeper in the 50 cal world. We routinely get sub-minute groups out of this gun all the time, and shooting 1,000 yards and shooting under 10 inches is a big deal. And we do it right out of the box with a stock gun. Not everybody gets to shoot 1,000 yards, and I'm working on doing some mile stuff. If you ever got a chance to shoot a mile, you definitely need to. Not everybody has a place that they can shoot a mile, but we're working on that. So I don't want to stop testing at 1,000. I want to go out to a mile and say, hey, we're a minute of a bad guy at a mile. So we're working on some cool stuff.
Yeah.
How has
awesome.
the fact that you guys are located in Illinois, how has that affected the company lately?
It's a lot of people ask about that. Ownership is not restricted. We have some background checks and some other things. You got to have a firearms identification card. I forget what they call it, but some crazy name. So we can have everything that we make here. No restrictions on magazine capacity. No restrictions on semi-auto. Now, that being said, I guess in some cities, Chicago and stuff like that, you got issues. But where we're at on the western side, we're 20 minutes from the Mississippi, almost to Iowa. So we're a little more rural, a lot of cornfields, a lot of country, and we don't have any issues out here. So right now, the political environment in the state is not horrible. There's definitely states that are much worse off than we are. But we're allowed to have semi-auto. We're allowed to have flash hiders and comps and all that kind of stuff. We can't have machine guns, short barrels, or suppressors. But we can have awesome, cool little pistols that look like this. So, not everybody keeps a pistol like this in their desk, but I do. So,
That's what I'm talking about.
so this is our little this is a 6P M15 6P that is a 5.56 6-inch barrel that we're using a SIG brace that ATF has said that is legal for a pistol, and we've also added the Law tactical folder, so our pistol gets pretty small. You can fire one round with it folded like this, deploy the stock, cycle the action, get it back in gear, and you're ready to get in business. So probably one of the coolest pistols on the market that you'll see new from Armalite this year. And just like always, if the little gun's not enough for you and you decide you got to have more, you reach back here and you get the big brother. So this is the AR-10 P11, 13, somewhere in that range. This 11.5 or 13 inch? 13. So this is a 13-inch 7.62 pistol, also with a folding SIG brace adapter. So this is probably the biggest, baddest, meanest pistol that anybody can shake a stick at, and we feel this is probably going to be our #1 selling pistol.
Yeah, I mean, gee, man, all the guns, man. Can you read? I mean, not too many people can reach in their desk and pull out a pistol like that. What a dream job! You know what? Screw it. I'll take 10 hours on the range a year. I'll take that job, man. I think it's a pretty fair trade.
Yeah, it's pretty cool deal.
What? Saying that, I have a question from somebody who's pretty well known in the shooting world, and it segues right off of that comment that Anthony just made. So I think we should drop the question right here, right now.
All right.
Pretty well known guy. His name is Jamie Franks. He was on a little show called Top Shot. My favorite competitor on Top Shot. Kelly claims to know him something about that. I don't believe her, but whatever.
He said he wasn't. He said that he wasn't her favorite Top Shot, though.
Somebody stirred the pot. Somebody stirring the
really
pot.
Sad. That's too bad because it seems like a really great guy. Anyhow, his question as a shooter and firearms instructor and a guy that will be retiring in a few years from 20 years in the military, what could I do to make myself more attractive for employment with a company like Armalite?
Oh, that's interesting. There's to get in the industry and to get a job in the industry, this is a small, tight-knit industry, and you somebody's always looking for a good personnel change somewhere. Having law enforcement background, having military background, having firearms instructor background, and that's a big plus all the way around. It all depends on what the company's looking for. And what I found and what seems to work for us is that not only do I need shooters, but I need businessmen. Because it's easy to get a shooter to say, yeah, man, I want to work for a gun company. That's great. Then when you get inside and you see it's not just going to the range having fun, it's business. You know, in the business world is the business behind the scenes in the industry it's real business. It's not just coming in and shooting all day. If it was, I'd probably be a little bit happier and might have more hair. But you know, it's not. So we make do. So the business end of it is really where the key is, because if you have the background of a shooter, an instructor, law enforcement, military, and then you have some business sense and business side, that's going to be the deal breaker. That's what's going to get you in, because yeah, there's plenty of shooters, plenty of instructors out there that want to get in the industry, but having a skill set that the business needs, that's your golden ticket. Because yeah, I look for skill sets for the business. And if you're a shooter, that's just an ad. That's a bonus, because I see companies that make mistakes, and you get people that you know, you're a big gun company, you hire a marketing person, and they come in and they have no idea about the industry. They've never touched a gun. It's hard to market for something you've got no idea what it is. That's a tough one. If you're a shooter in the background, you know it, then hey, that's easy to talk about. You know, you're a product guy, you're a program manager, but you've never touched a gun, you don't know what it is. That's a big transition. Whereas you can come in if you're a big gun guy and you got a little bit of knowledge about project management, or a little bit of knowledge about marketing, or a little bit of business sense, it's a much easier transition. You can teach some of those things on the business side a lot faster than you can teach 20 years of industry experience. And that's probably my biggest sense of advice, is that if you've got the industry experience, work on the business side of it, because that's what the big companies are looking for. At least that's what I've found. That's what's worked for me.
So that's kind of a perfect segue into Scott McGregor sent a question for you.
All
He
right.
says, to what do you attribute people following you wherever you seem to land? Your current staff includes folks you've worked with before. It seems to say a lot about you if people are willing to move to work with you.
I just got a bunch of dirt on them, and I post that everywhere. So it's more of a blackmail thing. No, that's I don't know. It's for me. I assume that I'm doing something right. I try to treat my staff very well. I try to be as level-headed across the board. I've been in the industry a long time. I've seen most of the things that come across my desk before. So everybody's got individual needs. Everybody has a different life, and there's life outside of work. I know it's not much. We give everybody about 4 hours outside of work every day. No, I think that there's a difference between a manager and a leader, and I try to be a leader. I try to empower my people to learn and get better, and then I give them the freedom to do their job, and I think that's one of the biggest things. And I don't know what else to say other than that. I try to be me all the time. I try to be straightforward, try to be honest, and that's about my only excuse.
There you go. Let's get through some of these live questions real quick. I have a bunch pouring in, man. I'm probably not going to be able to get to them all. That's how much I'm coming back to you. By the way, thanks Armorlight for sponsoring the stage at the Trijicon World Shoot. Hopefully Armorlight will be back next year, should folks add it to their schedule next year. So there you go. That's from Dr. Z-Man. Richard asks, how many Glocks does Kelly own? She currently owns one, I believe. To answer that question.
I currently have 0.
Yeah. Just waiting for that to come back in the mail. Dr. Z-Man also adds here, wow, Jerry Mitchell had just turned 60 in the random 60 gun trivia department. Interesting there. So 60th year anniversary, right? You said for Armorlight?
Yeah, that's interesting.
And then Jerry turning 60. I didn't know that. Thanks for sharing that. Can we get an update on the World Series too, by the way? If anybody's watching on the side here, get an update, throw a comment on the World Series. What's the score? Oh yeah, and let me see. Let me see this. Got a chance to hold that rifle. I don't know which one. Probably it was probably the 3-gun ready rifle from
Yeah.
Armalite at the Trijicon World Shoot. My son Logan raked eighth on that stage. That comp was pretty perfectly tuned on the rifle. So
Awesome.
yeah, definitely very interesting, that comp, the way you can adjust it, and like you said, right-handed shooter kind of drips high right, and you can adjust that. That's I mean, worth buying in itself alone. Not only that, it looks pretty badass. Let's see here. Just trying to get through these quick. Okay, so we kind of touched a little bit on dry fire earlier, but this one from Donnie Flo. Since you are all located up north, Kelly and Tommy, a little bit. What tips can you give training in the cold weather? Pretty much during the winter, what's kind of like the go-to training deal?
I prefer, fireplace, couch, blanket, football game. I don't know if that helps a lot, but that's my preferred training. Yeah, I don't know. Outside, I mean, it gets pretty cold up here, and I don't think I'll be doing much training outside. I mean, I didn't train much when it was warm and nice during the summer. So for the wintertime, we're lucky we've got a range here at work, so I'll be doing a little bit of indoor shooting, but probably a little more bullseye practice, a little more accuracy practice. But if I wasn't spoiled with that and just had outside, man, I tell you, it's really going to be dry fire practice for the winter. I know Kelly is a huge fan of dry fire practice, and that's what she's going to be doing this year. So maybe she can tell you what her favorite drill is going to be this year.
I don't know. I think I'm just going to have to, get those targets and put them on the wall and be like every other gamer person that I know that has them throughout the house, and can run into the bathroom and then run into a bedroom. I don't know. It's awful.
You can always set your cat loose and try to run him down. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Don't do that, guys. I'm just kidding. Clearly.
You can make a really small target.
Yeah, there you go.
With a rubber band, so you can track a moving target. There you go.
Want to give a couple shout-outs here, and then we'll jump into the lightning round. Want to give a shout-out to Brett Russo, marketing director of Blade Tech Industries. Man, those guys are big supporters of the sport. Doing a lot of stuff with the junior shooters as well recently. Great holsters, great product. Want to do FortMillMunitions.com. Great ammo. I'm running it this weekend at Citrus Challenge along with Steve, and we're gonna cause havoc out there. Trust me. Let's see, lightning round stuff. Quick answers, yes or no, if you can have one or the other, Tommy. Apple or Android? This seems to be a internet gamer kind of debate all the time.
Yeah, Apple for me.
Apple, I agree, man. Apple's been getting a lot of slack lately, saying that they're finally keeping up with the Android, but whatever. Let's see, Bruce Lee, Chuck Norris get into a fight in their prime, street fight. Who do you got winning that?
Oh man. Bruce Lee, Chuck Norris get in a fight. Who wins that? Ric Flair.
I was big fan of Ric Flair when I was younger in the WCW.
Yeah.
What do they call that time, man? What do we have here? 9mm or 40. If you can only 9mm or 45. If you can only shoot one, carry one. What are you shooting?
I'm going with a 9, man, because it gives me about 15 chances more to get everybody else that comes after that first one.
Yeah, there it is. I agree on that one. For the AR-15, direct impingement or piston, what are you going with if you can only have one?
Wow. I like them both. I'm probably going to go with the gas gun. It's a little bit softer. It's faster. Yeah, I can't say there's anything wrong with either one.
There you go. I don't know if you have an In-N-Out burger out there, but if it's In-N-Out burger or Five Guys burgers, so it's just 2 burger joints. If you can only eat at one for the rest of your life, what burger joint are you eating at?
Five Guys, hands down.
Five Guys. Wow, it's a hands down.
Yeah.
That's.
He doesn't have In-N-Out.
Have you ever eaten at In-N-Out joint?
Probably the only time he gets In-N-Out too is when he goes to Vegas for a shot, because we have those nowhere.
I have to say that back in 2012, the victory dinner at 12:30 when we left the range after the championship was In-N-Out. I had the super double monster, whatever colossal 6-pound burger, whatever that thing is called, with everything on it. So yeah, I've been there.
There you go, man. 5 Guys takes it this time. Right? If you can only reload your match ammunition on a Lee or an RCBS press, what are you going with?
I'd have to go with Lee because that was my first press. That's what I started loading 40 on a Lee.
That's awesome.
My man.
Yeah. Everybody's first press is almost a Lee. I had a Lee. Now I got a 550. But a good. I don't know if I could say it's a good press, but it got the job done for what
That's
I need.
exactly right.
If you can only, are you tossing? What is it? Dropping deuces or tossing quads? What's your preferred load method?
Quads by far. You grab 4 and throw them in.
There you go. There's a video on YouTube. Tommy has a YouTube channel. I believe you plug in his name. There's an older video of him doing some quad loading on a shotgun. It's out there. So if you want to see how fast he can do it or the technique, go check that out. Let's see. Shotgun. What do we got here? Zombies are outside the window. You got the shotgun. You got all those guns there, but you can only choose a shotgun, rifle, or pistol to get the job done. What are you going with?
Well, I don't know. I think my pistol covers the bill, man. I deploy this guy and we go to town. So I think that I'm ready for the zombies. So bring them on.
There you go. A little bit different style pistol.
Yeah, me and Steve always say the pistol because we're proficient with that. But if you have like a pistol AR that can just like fold up and it's real convenient, you can get in and out of tight spaces, man. It's a win-win there. Let's see here. I just kind of threw this one in there on the fly. Any superpowers? If you're going to have one superpower to help you win a match, what do you think is the most beneficial superpower?
I want to be like Magneto, so I can slow everybody else down with their metal stuff, and I can just run right past them.
There you go.
I actually didn't even think of that. That's perfect. If you can only carry one gun concealed, is it Glock, M&P, or XDM?
Of those 3,
Battle of the Polymers.
Don't let me down, brother.
Yeah, we're hanging on the edge there.
Are you a 1911 guy? Is this a hard one for you?
No, actually, my oldest, longest carry gun is a Glock 27. So I would have to say that it's the one gun I've had forever that I've never thought about getting rid of. So I'd have to say that's the old throwback.
I'll take that. It's in 40, but we all make it.
Yeah.
That was when I didn't know any better.
I was gonna say that, and I didn't want to be too harsh, but now since he said it, I mean, I think everybody who buys a 40 kind of didn't know any better. It must have been on sale, and people just go ahead and they nabbed it up at the time or something like that. Because the Glock 26 would be the perfect Glock there. You could get a conversion barrel, whatever, if you trust it.
Schwell had one he wanted me to throw out real quick, which was 50-yard zero or 100-yard zero on your AR.
My rifle, actually, I shoot 187-yard zero, which comes out to be just a touch high at 50. But that gives us a zero at 200 that we can hold on, and basically gives us mill holes out to 400 yards. So yeah, everybody fights about why this, why that. It doesn't have to be exact zero at 50. It doesn't have to be exact zero at 100. We're shooting targets that are this big. I'm not trying to shoot a target that's big. So if I can use my mills for quick holds out to 400 yards, almost to 5, that's the ticket for us. And for the guns we shoot distance with, we usually shoot 77 grain load, and 185 to 87 roughly is the zero range to give us the holds that we need for everything. So it's basically roughly a 200-yard zero, if you will, and then a half mil hold for every 50 yards out to 450, on a 10-inch plate, plus or minus. So that seems to work really well for us.
Nice.
There's always a controversial debate on that. I remember first time I got a 1x4 optic, I asked on Facebook, like, what do I zero it at? And I didn't know, because everybody had a different recommendation. So
yep.
Eventually figured out. Let's go with the giveaway here, almost to the hour mark of the show. For those of you guys who are just joining us, the giveaway is an Armalite swag pack. You're going to get all the cool sporting goodies of the Armalite in that pack. You're going to get a 50% off Safari Land discount code card. along with that. We got 100 rounds of 4 mil munitions. That's 9mm. They're 147 grain stuff, just like this box I have here, if you can see with the bright lighting. And we have the Armalite DSR 15 rifle that he showed earlier, which is amazing in itself. So if you guys are looking to get into 3-gun, you guys can get your rifle right here, put an optic on it, and get out there and start shooting. And that'll be the giveaway. The link will be in the comment section below. We can get it reposted if it's kind of too far down, or you can scroll down there and get that link in the comment box below. Also, the Shooter's Mindset Facebook page where you can find a link to the giveaway. Make sure you check out all the bonus entries on that giveaway link, because if you haven't liked Armalite and you like them today using the giveaway link, you get an extra entry on that. Also, the Team Armalite, which is Tess, Greg Jordan, and Tommy himself. If you like their page, you get another bonus entry, and the companies who supported help this show and giveaway get established. Awesome stuff. And that, what do you have, Steve? You have any live ones? I know you're probably blowing up over there. You with me, Steve?
Yeah. Sorry, my mic was muted for a moment there. I actually have quite a few questions. Don't want to be too pushy with you, Tommy. Appreciate it.
No, go ahead.
If you can run through these kind of quick, we can get through as many viewer questions as possible. That's what makes the show for us here. So, Glitter Britches 3-Gun just wanted to say hello from Brownell's Lady 3-Gun, which is cool. FJ55 Iron Pig saying thank you, Armalite, for remaining a positive force in the gun industry throughout the years. Guns and Pigs. Since y'all were the innovators of the Black Rifle, are there some new surprises coming our way?
Yep, we're total of 16 new products launched at SHOT this year. We touched base on a few of them tonight, but we held back a few hidden back here in the corner that we haven't talked about. So yeah, we have a brand new lineup of new product for SHOT. Continuing some of the old product that going to keep alive until the market says, hey, we don't want these anymore. But yeah, we're launching a great new line that the product team has really put a ton of effort into over the last 8 months. So we're really excited about next year.
Awesome. And I'm pulling questions from YouTube because I didn't even get a chance to touch those yet. So real quick, Discover Trails channel wanted to know, I heard chrome lining a barrel is really hard to get right. What quality controls do you guys put your rifles through to ensure an even chrome lining?
We have, actually, I'm glad you touched on that. We just finished up our Stage 2 audit for ISO 9001-2008. It's probably the highest quality certification you can get, and we're really proud of that. It's completely revamped our entire quality process from the ground up, and all of the new products we're talking about, those 16 products, all started and followed that ISO procedure process. So there's not many firearms manufacturers in industry that carry ISO 9001-2008 certification, and we're proud to be one of the newest ones that have that. So we have been really busting our tails up here to get the quality standard above where it's been in the past. So we're a step above where we have been. So we have a full-blown quality team that makes sure that everything is where it needs to be. So from chrome lining process to overall finish, you name it, we're checking things. I can't even tell you. I wish I knew how many quality checkpoints on the rifle, but there's just too many for me to say.
Super cool. Quick question for me, expanding on that. You guys do have some stainless steel offerings, I would assume, as well?
Correct. We're doing stainless steel on the 3-gun rifle. We're doing a stainless steel barrel in the new TAC series, and the VSR. The stainless steel barrel and the VSR. And since we didn't talk about the VSR, I'm just going to give you a quick sneak peek of one of the coolest rifles that we're going to show, and I'll get this as close as I can so you can take a quick look at it. Something a little bit different than we've ever done in the past. This happens to be a Cerakoted gray model. It just shows really well, but new handguard, again, a new handguard designed here at Armalite, made here in the factory by our staff. Our engineers have, I think we have a total of 10 or 12 new handguards, and this is just a quick look at the new lightweight 3-gun. So this is the handguard that's on the 3-gun model. As you can see, it's skeletonized a good bit. This thing weighs about 4 ounces. It's and that may be an exaggeration. It may not. It's pretty damn light. So we're excited about what we're doing here. Our staff has done a great job with a lot of new innovation.
Man, 16 new products released at SHOT Show. I think if you guys are attending SHOT Show, coming up here, this is the first booth you need to run to. You got a booth number available off the top of your head? Do you know of? If not,
11771. 11771.
there you go. So run over there on the first day of SHOT Show and just bombard the Armalite booth with your, touchy-feely. That gray Cerakote rifle looks amazing, by the way.
It's pretty cool. So we're gonna have some very cool stuff. We're gonna be the booth to be at for SHOT. I don't think anybody else is gonna launch that many new products. And if you haven't seen Armalite in the past, you definitely want to see us now. If you have seen it in the past, come see the new stuff.
That rifle is a bone. I'm gonna run over and check my credit card balance. I'll be right back.
Kelly, you have anything to add to the conversation here? I know you had some stuff lined up.
Well, I can't get off the show without asking when the Armalite toasters are going to be available in the stores, because Miss Becky Yackley has been showing that thing off like nobody's business, and I think she's pretty proud to have it.
Yeah, we're pretty excited about the traction that the toaster's got. We're talking about some other appliances down the road. It's the toaster has been pretty cool for us. We brought that back as a fun little thing a few months ago, and it's taken off really well. So yeah, we're talking about some creative ideas. We'll keep everybody posted on the new toaster.
Dude,
get a gun for the husband and a toaster for the wife.
That's it.
Dude, that's perfect analogy right there, Kelly. It just fits. It's I don't know, the toaster. We got to get one of those. Awesome. All right, what do we got here? I don't know, Steve. Yeah, I'm blowing up. I haven't even got a chance to really scan through them. What do I got here? Richard also adds on the Glock thing. Says a cop recommended him 40 when he first bought his pistol. He still loves shooting it, but he wish he would have got a 9. I agree there. Since Armalite was a forefront creation and innovation of the AR platform, what role do you see Armalite playing in future roles, changes, and innovations? This is coming from Danny Flo.
I've got a lot of ideas that I'm pushing on the product guys and engineers, but I'll let them sort through what I shake out of my head and throw down on paper. And we're definitely going to be innovative. We've got some new concepts. We've got some old concepts that just never made it to products years ago, and I think some of that stuff is really innovative. So now the technology's here, we should be able to push them through. So yeah, I'll say you see some new stuff from us in the upcoming years. We're not gonna come out with 16 new products and then kick back with our feet on the desk. It's once those things are launched and rolling, it's time to get working on the new stuff.
There you go. I had one here coming from Eric Leopold. He wants to know what is your number one thought on game day versus your thoughts at on deck.
That's a good question. For me, it's game day. I'm out. I'm networking. I'm talking to everybody. I'm just as no different than any other day for me. And I'm able to flip that switch when I'm on deck. You get up there, you get your chance to do the walkthrough and get the stage all mapped out in your head, and then it gets serious for me about 3 shooters out. So that's the time to really shut everything out, turn it off, and then do what I got to do. And then when the last round's fired on that run, it's rack the guns, and if you had a good stage, chalk one up to the big man. If you had a bad stage, you shake it off, because that stage is over. You can't get it back. If you carry it with you to the next stage, then you're going to go downhill. So I think for me, it's game day is no different than any other day. I've psyched myself out in the past, and I realize that's not the way to do it. So if you treat it just like another day, it's just basically another day of practice with more people watching and a little more on the line. You'll get through it. It's just another day. You've done all these drills before. Now you're just putting it all together in one big match.
Yeah, I hear that tons. People say this is my first sanction match, and they kind of or major match, and they kind of blow it out of the water. And I always tell them, dude, to me, it's just it's like I'm shooting a local match. I go in there just kind of nonchalant, whatever. It's I'm just gonna play my game. And I think that I've seen some guys that on a local level they'll ball, they'll burn the house down. Then when you see them at a sanction match or a major match, and you look at the results, and and he's mid down to the bottom, and you're like, dude, what happened? That guy always wrecks it.
Yeah.
And I think just some people could just kind of get caught up in the whole mix of this being a big deal, and I need to do well, and putting too much pressure on oneself.
Yeah, I think one of the things I hear a lot is, I dial it back 10%. Well, if you dial it back 10%, that's great if you can do that consistently and you do that in practice. But most of the time, people in practice are trying to go balls out, and then you go to a match and you try and dial it back 10%. You're not used to that. The timing of the gun's off, your steps are off, everything's gone. So my best advice is to practice as hard as you're going to shoot in the match. And if you're going to practice it, that you practice up to the match, you take a couple days off, you go to the match and shoot just like you did in practice. Don't try to do more, don't try to do less, because that's what you're doing. You go out there and just. I think Aristotle's got the best quote that I like to talk about is that excellence is not an act, it's a habit. So you are what you repeatedly do. So if you repeatedly go to practice and run wide open and you're shooting well, then why don't you do that in a match? If you go and try and throttle back, then the timing that you learned in practice, you don't carry into the match. And vice versa. If you're always shooting slow and calculated in practice to work on accuracy and you go to the match and try and go fast, the two never meet. So continue to do what you do and do it well.
There you go. Dr. Z-Man says he loves shooting his buddy's AR-50, although the cheek piece doesn't work well for me as a lefty. So is there any kind of remedy you have for the lefty shooters?
Yeah, we make a left-handed model for him. Tell him to call and get that thing on order.
Just go get a fully lefty rifle. There's your solution. There you go. Guns and Pigs is asking, do they really make toasters?
Yeah, we do. They're not. I wouldn't say that we make them, but they are private labeled Armalite toasters. We really do that. It's the coolest thing out there, and if you don't have one, you need one. I don't know if they're and just like that. See, it's magic. That, my friends, is an Armalite toaster. It's a high capacity toaster. It's not your little weak toaster. I mean, it can throw some big bread in there. You can put. It's big enough for Texas toast.
Texas toast size. Absolutely.
So, see, you never know what you're going to get. Armalite, making customers happy since 1956.
If you're an internet gamer, if you're a competitor, if you just like to buy $3,000 guns and never shoot them, you got to have an Armalite toaster in the house. I mean, it goes hand in hand.
We're toasting the competition. There you go. There's your cheesy tagline.
I don't know what I got to scan that question though, but let's move on here. I know I had a couple here. Listen, I had a quick announcement too. Let's get this announcement out. Also, Saturday there's Citrus Challenge. But on Sunday, November 2nd, up in Gainesville, Florida, there is the Orange and Blue Classic. This is a match put on to support the University of Florida pistol team, and that's Evan Doss and a few other guys that have like some $20 gets you in, $20 gets you lunch. You shoot till 2 p.m. There's carnival games, a lot of certificate to win a Glock. There's a lot of good stuff out there over in Gainesville. So I might be able to make this match. I'll be in the Orlando area, so I'm driving up to Orlando, shooting that match Saturday. Might be able to go out and support this in Gainesville. Not that far of a drive off. Steve, what drive am I looking at from Orlando area to Gainesville right now?
You're looking at about an hour and a half, so not bad at all.
Yeah, not bad. So we're definitely going to try to get out there and support that. That is November 2nd this weekend, so look it up. Make sure if you want to go shoot that, get involved and help support that pistol team. Makes everybody want to go to a university if you can get on the pistol team. I tell you what, just go back to school.
I think they might have a 3-gun team down there, huh? I'm not sure, but maybe they do.
I think all those guys they play all the shooting sports down there, so it's good stuff. Let me see here. Steve, you got any live ones you want to hit? What do I have? How much for the toaster? How much for the toaster? Perfect for bagels. There you go.
Priorities.
The toasters hit Tess up on Facebook or hit the page up on Facebook, and we'll.
Yeah. Send them go to the Team Armalite Facebook page and go send them a message, and I'm sure they
like
can.
Like Armalite, like Team Armalite, and start asking the questions because we'll figure out how to make it happen.
A lot of people are interested in the toaster. I mean, let's take back the rifle. You can give it.
Yeah. Never mind.
Just give it to Kelly or something. We'll give Kelly the
Sorry
benefit
I brought
of
it up. I mean, if you really want a toaster, I'm sure we can do a switch.
Yeah, we can do a switcheroo.
But you gotta make some great videos like Becky did. So to really check it out.
I gotta check those out. Steve, what do you have as far as live, man?
I've got a lot of questions I can run through real quick if we can get some quick, short answers. But before we do that, I want to talk about that toaster a little bit. Actually, I don't. But I'm just wondering, Blade Tech has an amazing meat rub, and you guys got a toaster now. What's next? Like a blender from Smith & Wesson, maybe a microwave from Glock. It's getting awesome. I like to eat, so hey. Anyhow, moving forward, more importantly, Trevor Turner wanted to know, what are some of the biggest mistakes you see new 3-gun shooters making?
Shooting faster than they can hit the targets. You've heard it time and time again. Don't shoot faster than you can make the hits, and that's what it comes down to. If you're shooting a long-range match where you're shooting a little more distance than normal, you got to know your boundaries. If you've never shot 300 yards again, and don't take 3 mags full of ammo to try and hit a 300-yard target. Shoot your 1 shot or 2 shots and try and hit it, and then move on. You're better off to take that penalty than to sit there and get frustrated that you didn't hit the target. So many people get locked into that target. I want to hit it. I want to hit it. And I've even seen pros come back and dump a mag at a target. It's the mindset. You don't want to leave a target behind. You want to hit them all. But sometimes it's better just to leave it because you end up dumping a full mag at 300 yards, and that's like 40 seconds. And it might be a 10-second penalty to leave that target or a 20-second penalty. So don't be afraid to walk away from it because you'll have your head held much higher I missed one on that stage. Then coming back and say, man, I dumped 3 mags at it. I spent an extra minute and a half, and I still missed it. So after that, you still get the penalty on top of it. So it's insult to injury. So kind of know your boundaries going in and don't try to do more than you're comfortable with doing. So that's the biggest thing for new guys is that, yeah, you see the guys, and you might not recognize the guys. And, people that don't know me, haven't shot with me, you see me run through a stage, you're like, that guy can do it, I can do it. And then you get caught up. It's like, no, you can't do it because you've never tried that. You don't have the skill set that's honed for that yet. So don't get caught up in what the other guy's doing. Consider or think about what you're doing. Play your game, not somebody else's game.
There you go. You say the mindset, and it's funny because that makes me think, lots of guys have guns, lots of guys shoot guns, but not everybody's a shooter, so you got to have the shooter's mindset. Moving forward, one more from Robert.
He's on a roll today.
I know I am. It's like I'm very natural.
Yeah.
Anyhow, Robert L. wanted to know, do you see the firearms industry influencing competition shooting, or more often competition shooting influencing the firearms industry?
I think that I'm seeing more of a competition influence in the industry. The competitive shooters are the guys that are out there, beating the pavement and pushing the products to the max. The military guys do their thing and they're punishing on product, but the competitive shooters, most of them really don't care. They ditch guns 10 feet away from a barrel, they slam them down, they jump on top of them, they put them in positions and bend on them the way they shouldn't. And those guys are the guys that are really testing the product to the max, and that to me is an influence for the industry because that's feedback that we can take back to product and to engineering and say, hey guys, this thing broke or this thing didn't work or I did this and this is what happened. So I think there's more influence coming from the competitive shooter to the industry than it is industry going out to the competitive shooter.
Fantastic. I can continue here if you would like, Anthony.
Yeah, you could get one more in if you want.
All right, fair enough. Scott McGregor, to what do you contribute? Let me start over. To what do you attribute people following you whenever you seem to land?
We did that, Steve.
Yeah, we covered that.
Okay,
they must hook you up too.
I think he's just that attractive, Scotty. I don't.
There you go.
To answer the question twice.
And Blade Tech, my buddy Brett Russo, Blade Tech, is a huge supporter of this show, and he posted up that he wants to add a couple Blade Tech AR pouches to the giveaway. So
Awesome.
just
He's breaking up a little bit there, Steve, but I think we got the gist of that.
Yep.
Brett Russo just sent me a text message as well. Add 2 Blade Tech AR magazine pouches to go along with that AR. So
Awesome.
hook up. You guys are getting you guys getting all the gear to go almost here. You got the ammo, you got the magazine pouches to hold the mag, you got the AR.
Awesome.
Good stuff there. That's added there randomly. There you go. Donnie's question. I'm reading text message randomly coming in here. Let me see. Axe Tommy. Late to the show. This is from Patrick E. Kelly.
Oh.
I know.
Bye.
Late to the show. Late to the show, guys. Just got home from work. Ask Tommy if he has anything special to announce for the Superstition Mountain 3-gun match.
Anything to announce?
Any special announcement?
Patrick probably wants to see this. This is the 18-inch 3-gun AR-10. This is the heavy man's heavy rifle that I believe he would definitely take a liking to. It'll do everything you need it to do. It has all the features we talk about in our 3-gun competition series, the adjustable stock, the ambi safety, the ambi charging handle, 25-round PMag, the light contoured stainless barrel, our adjustable glass block, our adjustable comp, and our light and handguard out of the box at $2,000 retail. So again, the top of the top 3-gun with a 10 trigger stock at $2,000. So this is going to be a game changer in the heavy metal field, and I think Pat's going to be looking for this. And you never know. It's Superstition Mountain's the first matchup out of the season after a cold winter breakout here in the Midwest. Maybe I'd do a bunch of dry fire with a heavy gun and come out and shoot heavy for a change, or open, or tack, or limited. Who knows? You just never know what I'm going to get after being cooped up for a few months in the wintertime. So Superstition will be the first thing that we kick off the year with, and Armalite will be there.
Yeah, you got to get Scotty, Scott McGregor, one of those AR
Heavy.
308s. Yeah, the heavies.
Guys, if here's another one. If you watch the shoot off, this is the gold gun that the guys made for me. This is the 18-inch 3-gun M15 that I shot at the in the shoot off this weekend.
Craig Alton was talking about that.
Yeah, this a lot of people seem to take a liking to this. The guys did it just to show me some of the Cerakote they could do, and when I told them I saw it 2 weeks ago before the match and said, hey, I'm going to shoot that in championship. Again, a testament to our quality. I took a gun off the shelf that the guys built. I tuned it, comps tuned, and I took it to a match and shot it. So this gun is a one-off, and I'm not going to shoot it again. We're going to put this thing up for auction, and we're going to find a good charity that's going to be something we can do. Not sure where we're going to auction it yet, but we're talking with some different places. But we're going to do a big auction for this and donate all the funds to a charity that we can help benefit some needs there. So we're pretty excited about this. It's a one-off gun. It was shot one match in the championship, and we're going to send it down the road to one lucky winner. So hoping to raise some good funds for a good charity. So as soon as we define when, where, and how, this is going to be up for grabs.
Amazing. That's awesome.
Yeah, have Tess send me an email, man. We'll help share that around in our sources. We'll get that out there because that's a great thing to do,
Okay.
and an awesome rifle to win. Because you had a 3-gun champion shooting that rifle. It's a story behind it. Not only is it, has a gold look, which is an awesome look, but you also got a little story behind it. Evan Dare, if I'm butchering the last name there. There was a question you posted in the Q&A that I lost. I kind of switched over and it never came back, and it was a really good question for Tommy. If you can repost that in the Q&A, I'll get that to Tommy. But he's also saying, Evan says, got a chance to shoot that rifle at the Trijicon World Shoot. So this is the second comment to come in about the Trijicon World Shoot. 2 people really like that rifle, so that goes to tell you that some guys who got a chance to randomly shoot it at the Trijicon match what did they get, a mag full probably, or a couple mags?
We did things a little bit different. We put we did a match at the side match at the side stage at the Trijicon match. Put the 18-inch gun that was tuned, put it on a table, 5 targets spread across the bay about 40 yards of distance, out to about 25 yards, so a big wide spread of 5 targets. You got 10 rounds, 2 rounds on each target. Start with the gun on the table, pick it up, safety off, go to town. We had 5, 6 competitors, maybe 7 or 8 under 5 seconds on that stage, shooting a gun that they've never shot before, picking it up and shooting it. And we had tons of comments come back that, hey, I could take that gun and shoot it in a match just the way it was. And that's our goal with this rifle, is that you can take it out of the box and shoot it, and it's going to perform better than anything you've shot before. It stays on target, and you can, as fast as you can pull the trigger, it's going to put lead on target.
Yeah, no, there was not to call anybody out, and I'm not going to say any names, but there was a lot of companies are doing a kind of 3-gun rifle nowadays, but they would, it wasn't completely like ready out of the box. It was either you had to drop a trigger in it, you had to do something to it, and like Tommy has pointed out many times during the show, just fresh out the box, just go out there and burn the house down. I had a question here from Richard. He saw that gold rifle, wanted to know what kind of scope you recommend for 3-gun.
I shoot 2 different scopes in 3-gun. On the Pro Series, I shoot a VX6 1:6. It's their standard scope that has, I think they call it a fire dot, so I can turn a little red dot on. That reticle I like on the Pro Series because the reticle doesn't change. It's a big circle in there with a crosshair, and that circle covers up the 3-gun nation target at 20 yards just perfectly. It's good for the plate racks, and we typically shoot 1.5 power most of the time, up to 3, so we don't need a lot of magnification. On the outlaw side of things, when we're shooting distance, I still shoot the Mark 8, the 1.1 to 8 with the Horus H27D reticle. That reticle gives us the holdovers at distance. It gives us 8 power magnification for the longer targets. And when it's on 1 power, that thing shrinks down, and it's basically a little 1 MOA dot, so we can run it like a red dot. So on the close stuff, we get on the gas real fast, and on the long stuff, we dial up and use our holdovers.
Good stuff.
Like this guy.
Don, there it is right there. There's your scope, guys. Go out and grab that. Any idea on the new comp? Any idea when the new comp will be available and how much would it cost? So they're talking about the brakes that you got on there.
Yeah, so the new competition brake, we're going to have 2 versions. We'll have this version that has the replaceable screws, and then we'll have a version that basically just have little dimples that you can drill into it yourself if you just want the fixed model without the replaceable screws. Retail price, I think, is going to be around $100, maybe $110 for the replaceable screw model. So it's going to be a reasonable product on the market that competes with every comp out there. This one just happens to, we believe, do the job better than anybody else's. It was one of the first. Actually, this was probably the first project we started when I came on board. Is that told engineers I wanted a comp that does what I want a comp to do. I want to tame the recoil completely. I want the gun to stay on target. And after sitting through some trials and tribulations and getting what's in my head into their computers and machining something out, we have a product that we really believe in, and it really works. And from writers to shooters to everybody in between that gets behind a gun that's tuned with that comp, they really can see a difference.
Good stuff. Well, here we have Patrick E. Kelly throws in here, you can make music with a 14.5-inch gun. So his thoughts on the 14.5.
Yeah, he can shoot the little gun just about as fast as anybody out there. So he's one of the few people that got to shoot the short gun at the Trijicon shoot, and I think we basically had to pry it back out of his hands. He kind of took a liking to it.
There you go. All right, I'm done with the Q&A on my end. Kelly, I don't know if you want to throw in anything. You got anything from the shooters coming in?
No. I think they've calmed down a bit. I don't know what's wrong. Maybe they're all in bed. I'm not sure.
No further heckling.
I have no more snarky comments.
There you go. Where am I at?
They're all entering the giveaway.
There you go. One here that I have here, and I don't think we've seen this one. The AR-31 compact rifle. I know this was believe SHOT Show this year was lurking around in the Armalite booth. Do you have that available, or can you talk about it?
Yeah, the AR-31 Compact, we basically took the 31 platform and shortened the barrel, put a different comp on it. So we took the big comp that basically is a scaled down version of the 50. We took that off and put the Surgeon comp on, which allows you to screw on an AWC suppressor. That package shortened the barrel, takes some weight out of it, and we're working on a folding stock option for that as well. So that SHOT will come out with that. We kind of showed a sneak peek of it at the NRA show this year.
Oh, it was NRA, yeah.
Yeah, it was a real early prototype, and again, just trying to change what we've done in the past and listen to the community. What's out there? What do you guys want? And send your ideas out. You never know when somebody's going to listen in a big company.
There you go, Steve. You had one coming in there.
Yeah, really important question from Schwell again, because he likes the show. He wanted to know, actually, this is a question for Kelly. Is there any chance we can get Kelly to grow a beard so that she matches the rest of the Shooter's Mindset crew?
Maybe for Halloween, pencil it in.
For Halloween.
There
you go.
It's looking pretty rough. I'm trying to get that whole Kyle Lamb kind of tactical beard going before SHOT comes this year. It's like the trend. Just walk around.
I'm gonna send you all razors for Christmas.
Yeah, just walk around SHOT in a coyote tan T-shirt and look real tough. You can't do that without the beard.
If you can't do the beard, you can do the Tommy look. That works too.
Yeah, there you go. Let me see. I think we were done. I think I was done with Q&A. I think we could almost conclude the show and go to shout-outs. I had one from... go ahead, Steve. I had one more.
I got one more.
Go ahead, Steve. Take it.
Either way, I can take it if you want. This actually came in from Robert Eldon about this. I want to make sure we ask this question before we jump off here. Does Armalite have plans of offering a customs shop of sorts for the various rifle competitions and shooting disciplines out there? So I guess CZ Custom has their little thing going. Is that something Armalite might do, where they kind of custom do some stuff for people?
Yeah, you guys have you're allowing me to let all the cats out of the bag before SHOT, but yeah, the Premier Services Division (PSD) is our custom shop, and we've got guys that are world-class gunsmiths that are waiting to really do some cool stuff for everybody. So we'll have different coatings options, different barrel type profiles. You name it, we can do it. So we'll allow the customer to send their gun in, and we can work on it from that point, or we can take a brand new gun off the shelf and modify it however they want. So the Premier Services Division is going to be a big part of our business over the next couple of years. And we're not only are we going to do custom aftermarket type stuff, we're going to do a custom series out of there as well. So all the things that we're doing right now, the 16 new products that are coming for SHOT, there's going to be some other little highlights that we're going to do out of the custom shop as well.
Awesome. I don't want to mess that up for you guys, so I'm going to tell Robert not to tell anybody about that.
Man, I gotta admit, man, it's pretty exciting news to hear what Armalite's, what's coming and what's currently happening. I mean, I always kind of, you always heard of Armalite, and then you're like, well, yeah, well, those are the guys who, the innovator of the rifle and the AR platform, but that's kind of all that was in my mind when I kind of just thought of it, and I kind of just didn't see much going on, and now you come to the show, Tommy's here, and you see all the great stuff that's happening and what's coming up, and I think this is going to be huge, and we're glad at the Shooter's Mindset to have these announcements coming almost before SHOT Show, and everybody can see these rifles if you can, because not everybody can make it out to SHOT. It's an expensive trip. You gotta be part of the industry. You gotta be a media or press. So not everybody has that luxury of going all the way out there and checking this stuff out beforehand. So
we're really excited. We're glad that you had us on to talk about it. But yeah, I mean, it's not me. It's the entire staff at Armalite. I've got a great group of people here with me. Like Scotty said, I've got some people that have followed me to different positions, and I'm really proud of that fact. I've got a great team that allows some of my ideas to flow through, and then we allow a lot of their ideas to make it to market. So without the team and without the staff, none of this would happen. This is not a one-man show. So when you look at the big picture of Armalite, it's a team effort by far, and plan to keep it that way for many years.
I think that's why the guys are following you, man, because you're real well spoken. You know, how many times did you say that throughout the show? You know, beginning, middle, and end. You know, you said, you know, you're thanking the team and the people that are at Armalite, so I think that's probably answers Scotty's question even better. Not only is he good looking, but he's well spoken and he appreciates the team around him, right? So there you go. I got one last question here coming in from John, and then we're gonna kind of run this one down. Does Tommy what does Tommy recommend for a load? So the 62 grain, the 77 grain, etc. for 3-gun.
Well, I'll be completely honest with you. This year on the Pro Tour, I shot XM 193 bone stock military ball crap ammo right out of the box because we don't shoot much over 100 yards, and we're shooting big targets. And most of my guns out of the box shoot about a half inch at 50 yards with that military grade ammo. So I keep it easy since I have a very, very limited practice time. I take a production gun out, I tune it up with that stuff in the basement, and I go to a match. On the long-range shot of it, when we shoot some of the other stuff that we shot, Task Force Dagger and the FN match and AR-15, where you got to stretch it out, we shoot a 77 grain Sierra bullet, and that's a hand load right now. That being said, that's probably going to change next year. Another part of our group in the SAC family is Nexus Ammo that's coming on board, and they're working up some custom stuff for us. So as we grow, our group grows. Strategic Armory is Surgeon Rifles, Macmillan Firearms, AWC Silencers, and Nexus Ammo, along with Armalite. So we've got a big group behind us. We've got a lot of support, and we're looking to turn some heads in 2015.
Yeah, man, it's definitely looking like you're going to turn a lot of heads coming this shot, and with all the great things coming to Armalite here. I don't know. You want to run it down, Steve? You got any questions, or we're good here?
You know, we pretty much touched on all the viewer questions, the majority of them, and I didn't think we were going to get through them because they were pouring in at a massive rate. So definitely a lot of Armalite fans out there. I'm definitely excited about watching the company progress. I mean, I really didn't have a whole lot of knowledge on what you guys offered, but man, I am super impressed. Definitely a major player for the future. I mean, already obviously, but even more going forward. So very cool. Thank you for being on.
Thanks, Steve.
Yeah, awesome. Kelly, you want to go ahead and run down the shout-outs there?
Yeah, just I don't know where to go. Just all this information is just overload. I'll thank my normal people: Voodoo Tactical, Frog Lube, Lane Tech USA, Mark Roth at X-Trail, Tim Ubalt at TACCOM, Benchmade Knives, Fail Zero, Not Your Hats, Animal Customs for our awesome shirts, Taryn Butler and his minions for working on my pistol this week and getting it back super, super fast. I don't know anywhere I could have sent my pistol and literally got it worked on in a day and
like
then turned around.
A 4-day turnaround on that thing?
Right. It got there Monday evening, about 6-ish or so, and they worked on it today and boxed it up and sent it back to me today, and I'll have it on Halloween. That'll be my trick-or-treat. It better be in the box. I'm not going to have, like, open it and have, like, candy instead or something. No, Taryn. And then Nick at Deltac Concepts, which I showed the holsters last week. I'm still wearing that Eclipse for my CCW, and if you're on my Facebook, I did wear it yesterday with jeggings, not quite yoga pants yet, but that's kind of the same thing. So it can be done. So I'm slowly finding the perfect holster for that, and so far that Eclipse 2 is totally #1 on my list. So thank you, Nick.
You were walking around with jeggings and a holster, and it was working? It wasn't pulling the pants down? Nothing?
No, it was fine. It was fine. I had a tank top on with it over it, and I had a little sweater in, and it was totally fine. Didn't need a belt. It was good.
Yeah.
And Tommy's like laughing, but you don't understand. It's been a serious discussion on this show. I'm trying to find the perfect CCW holster where I don't have to dress around my gun. It'll work with whatever I'm wearing. So
nice.
I'm on the way.
There you go. Check out Kelly's Facebook page. You can find pictures like that there. Of jeggings.
Pictures of my jeggings and my holster.
Jeggings, guns, holsters. She just put up her athlete Facebook page, so go check that out. Give it a like. And Steve, you got some shout outs rolling your way. What do you got, Steve?
Yeah, just on shout outs to my sponsors real quick. Currently, I have Florida Muay Thai, also television course, and Blade Tech. So Tim Wegner, those guys, excellent care of me and the show here. So big shout out, thanks to those guys. Weapon Shield, I'm awesome. Just love the product. George over there is putting out an excellent product for all your lubrication needs. Animal Customs, I meant to mention, the jerseys and the stuff they're putting out is fantastic. So I meant to mention them last week and I forgot during the show. So definitely check out Animal Customs for your jersey and apparel needs. And I think that's pretty much it.
There you go. Yeah, that's a sweet
And
jersey they
Schwell.
hooked you up with.
Everybody say hi to Schwell.
And hi, Schwell.
Yeah. He thinks we don't like him anymore. But if you swallow, we really, we'll keep it at a minimum. I mean, we got a good thread going on his Facebook page about why we don't like him and what songs come to mind when we think of him. So there you go. Tommy, what do you have as far as shout-outs? That might have been rough.
I think that you guys have covered it across the board. For me, it's Strategic Armory Corps. When you look at my sponsors, that's really the meat and potatoes. Armlight, of course, #1 sponsor out there. Macmillan Firearms, Surgeon Rifles, Nexus Ammo, Leupold Optics has been great to me for the years. Browning Shotguns, Safari Land, Temney Triggers, always good as gold. Predator Tactical on the pistol side of things. But the biggest part, the biggest shout out for me is our staff here at Armalite. And if you guys are in the southern Georgia area, get out and see the women shoot this weekend. Women's 3-gun Brownells Challenge. If there's ever a match that guys want to go in RO, that's probably going to be the one. But I'll be home with the kids trick or treating, so I won't be there. But that should be an interesting match, and hopefully they'll have it next year, not on Halloween, so I can go out and enjoy the fun.
Yeah, I could agree. Awesome match. I wish I was close by. I would definitely swing by there. Good match to RO for the guys. But yeah, the Halloween day, man. Gotta go to kiddies. Gotta go trick or treating. So it's a rough one. But a big time match. I know Tess from Armalite's gonna be a part of that. So if you see her, tell her. Is she by you there? Tell her step in real quick. Say hi, so everybody knows what she looks at. She knows what she looks like, and everybody can wish her luck at this match. And if you see her, there you go. Boom.
Just like that.
There you go. So hold on. Let me switch to your camera because it's focusing on my face. There you go. And hopefully she can win that match and bring home the gold.
Absolutely.
So there you go. All right. Shout outs on my end here. I got Terran Tactical Innovations. Had them on last week. It was a big, awesome show like usual. Ran CLP. It's funny because we all go up here and announce, shout out different CLP and lubrication companies. But I'm telling you, check out Ran CLP. And A Square Tactical, Blade Tech Industries, FortMillMunitions.com, Traction Grips, and of course Tommy, Tess, and everybody. Greg. Look forward to Greg Jordan getting on here too. I know I've had tons of requests earlier for Greg. A lot of people want to talk to him and pick his brain about some 3-gun knowledge. So look forward to that, and make sure you subscribe to the channel here every Wednesday at 9. We put on a great episode of The Shooter's Mindset. I do some product reviews. I shoot some matches. All that stuff's available on this channel. Go check out Steve at makingmasterclass. Not.com, but at his YouTube channel, Making Masterclass. And then Kelly, we're gonna get Kelly up and running on a YouTube channel real soon, so you guys can see her skill on the 3-gun court. And that'll do it. I think that'll conclude a great episode of The Shooter's Mindset, episode 65. Quickly, the giveaway again, ending midnight tonight, is the Armalite DSR-15 rifle. I don't know if you have that. If you can hold that one up for me real quick, Tommy, if you have it close by.
No, we switched product around all over the place right now. So
it's already back on the shelf, but you guys can see it earlier on in the show. 100 rounds of 147 grain 9mm Fort Mill munitions. Blade Tech is throwing in 2 of their AR-15 mag pouches to go along with this rifle. It's an awesome package. Safari Land's got a 50% off discount code. So I don't, if you need more 3-gun gear, get 50% off, and that's good up to like $500 of purchase there on Safari Land. Armorlight and an Armorlight swag pack. So you get the rifle, you get the all the gear, and you get a cool Armorlight T-shirt and some patches possibly. And that'll do it. There, the giveaway links in the bottom in the comment section below this video. It ends midnight tonight. We'll select. I believe we're going to have a couple winners. I know it says 1 on the giveaway link because a lot of stuff got thrown in here randomly. So stay tuned to the Shooter's Mindset Facebook page. Tomorrow is when I'm going to announce that winner. It's all over the place, but I get it done eventually.
I'll make
Maybe.
sure. This one's
Maybe.
very, very huge. I will make sure that he draws a winner.
Possibly by 6 p.m. Eastern time.
Possibly by 6. That's my goal time. And then
And check out Armorlight. Check out Armorlight. Definitely.
Yeah, Armorlight.com. You can see all the toasters up there. Everything's over there. Don't worry about it. Just go over there and check it out, and we can get some cool stuff. And that'll do it. Episode 65 of the Shooter's Mindset, guys. Thanks for joining us, and we are out. Happy Halloween to the folks out there and the kiddies. Happy Halloween.
Thanks for having me, guys.
All right, there we go. Thanks, Tommy.